You are welcome to this lesson. Our topic for today is the structure and features of Nigerian Federalism. Today we are looking at the structure and the features of Nigerian Federalism. We will discuss about the structure, and thereafter we will discuss the various peculiarities of the Nigerian federal state. First, let's look at some of the lesson objectives. At least those things you must take cognizance of in the course of watching this video. Lesson objectives. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to discuss the structure of Nigerian federalism, identify the main features of Nigerian federalism, explain revenue allocation in the Nigerian federalism, and finally, highlight the problems of the Nigerian federalism. So let's look at the structure of Nigerian federalism, how Nigerian federalism has been structured even before independence. The structure of Nigerian federalism. The structure of Nigerian federalism can be discussed under the following. 1. We can discuss it under federalism before independence. Again, we can look at it from 1960 to 1966. Also, federalism between 1967 to 1975. And lastly, federalism between 1976 till date. So these are the various structures, the various ways we can look at how federalism has been shaped in Nigeria. Let's take it one after the other. Federalism before independence. Federalism before independence. What were the things that transpired before Nigeria became an independent state? Federalism before independence started with colonial rule. So the colonial masters introduced a system of centralization in Nigeria. And by 1914, the southern and northern protectorates were amalgamated. They were joined together. Also, by 1939, the southern protectorate was divided into both western and eastern province. So we are having the western province and the eastern province. The southern was broken into two. And the northern protectorate was changed to a province. So consequently, we are now having three provinces. The western province, eastern province, and then the northern province. So by 1949, the three provinces became regions. So by 1949, we were having three provinces before, the western, eastern, and northern province. These provinces became regions, that is, the northern region, eastern and western regions. Again, by 1951, legislative powers were shared between the House of Representatives and regional houses of assembly. So the House of Representatives at the center have their own responsibilities, and then regional houses of assembly were also having their own responsibilities. Again, by 1954, the 19th Constitution introduced a federal system of government into Nigeria. So it was the 19th Constitution of 1954, owing to the Northern Conference of 1953 and the Lagos Constitutional Conference of 1954, that finally introduced a federal system into Nigeria. These are the various rundown of the events before independence, and Nigeria started practicing federalism in 1954 through the 1910 Constitution. Let's look at federalism between 1960 to 1966. Federalism between 1960 to 1966. What transpired between 1960 to 1966? Of course, 1960 was the year Nigeria gained independence. So the Independence Constitution retained federal system of government. And beyond that, in 1963, the Midwest region was created out of Western region, making a total of 4 regions in Nigeria. So, as at 1963, Nigeria had 4 regions, which was the Western region, Midwestern region, Eastern region, and Northern region. So, the regions became 4 due to the creation of Midwestern region or Midwest region from the Western region. So let's look at federalism between 1967 to from 1967 down to 1975. Federalism from 1967 down to 1975. Now, from 1967, there were a creation of more states. Of course, there was military intervention into Nigerian politics starting from January 1966 by General Aguiyi Ironsi, when military intervened into Nigerian politics. So, the intervention of military stunted political growth in Nigeria. So, due to the military intervention, Aguiyi Ironsi, through Decree number 34, introduced a unitary system of government. So the system that was introduced was unitary by Aguiyi Ironsi, but that was not to last for a very long time, since Aguiyi Ironsi did not stay long enough in power. So, what happened thereafter was that Yakubu Gowon assumed office after the death of Aguiyi Ironsi, and Yakubu Gowon created 12 more states out of the 4 existing regions. 12 more states were created by General Yakubu Gowon. And apart from the 12 states that were created by Yakubu Gowon, the period witnessed the Nigerian Civil War. The period between 1967 to 1975 was the period that witnessed the Nigerian Civil War, where the eastern part, known as United States of Biafra, made attempt to secede from the Nigerian state. So let's look at the federalism in Nigeria between 1976 to date. 1976 till date. Federalism between 1976 till date. Again, on the 3rd February 1976, the regime of Murtala Mohammed created 7 more states. There were creation of more states in Nigeria. And beyond that, on the 23rd September 1987, Ibrahim Babangida created 2 states, and these states were Akwa Ibom and Katsina. Babangida created 9 more states in 1993, making a total of 30 states, and Abuja the Federal Capital Territory. So Babangida created 2 states initially, and then again he created 9 extra, making 11, which means Babangida created 11, Murtala Mohammed created 7, Yakubu Gowon created 12. So everything was the total of 30 states. And General Sani Abacha created 6 more states on the 1st October 1996. 1st October 1996, General Sani Abacha created 6 more states, and the total number of states are 36 in number. So these are the various structures and how states have been created since Nigeria gained independence. This has been the way states were created until 1996, when Abacha created 6 more states. Let's look at the features of Nigerian federalism. What are the various features of Nigerian federalism? Features. There are so many features of Nigerian federalism. One of them is constitutional division of power. Power has been divided between and among the various tiers of government. Again, there is written and rigid constitution. Federal states more often than not operate with a rigid constitution. Secession is not allowed in a federal state. Secession is usually not allowed in a federal state. Secession is the forceful breaking away of a region from the sovereign state. So breaking away is not usually allowed. Again, there is always the introduction of bicameral legislature in Nigerian federalism. So Nigeria has always operated bicameral legislature. There is supremacy of the constitution. In federalism, as the case is in Nigeria, the constitution is supreme. There is the Supreme Court in Nigeria to look at most of the activities of each of the tiers of government so as to ensure there is strict compliance with the provisions of the laws of the land. Again, the 3 tiers derive powers from the Constitution. The 3 tiers derive power from the Constitution. Let's look at some of the feedback questions. Now, those questions, by now you should be able to provide answer to these various questions. Feedback questions. What are these feedback questions you should be able to provide answer to? Feedback questions. By now you should be able to explain the states, the number of states created by Ibrahim Babangida's regime. Also, identify any 5 features of the Nigerian federalism. So you should be able to provide answers to these questions, having watched this video to this extent. So let's look at revenue allocation in Nigeria federalism. What are the revenue allocation formulas and all of that? Revenue allocation. Revenue allocation in Nigeria federalism. Revenue allocation. There have been various considerations in revenue allocation in Nigeria. Of course, issue of money and finance has always generated controversies and problems. So, there is need for a workable formula for revenue allocation in Nigeria. And the various considerations that have been looked into in Nigeria federalism and the issue of revenue allocation include: 1, the principle of derivation. This means that whatever is derived from a region should be taken into consideration in the course of allocating resources in terms of finance to that region. Again, population. You look at the population of a people in the course of allocating resources. We also have equality of states to ensure that there is equality. Again, we have even development. And finally, we have minimum national standards. So these are some of the considerations in the allocation of revenue in Nigeria federalism. And Nigerian federalism is not without some major problems facing it. There are some problems facing the Nigerian federalism. So let's look at problems of the Nigerian federalism. What are these problems? What are these problems? Problems of Nigerian federalism. Of course, you can see the picture. There is always a problem with different system of government, and federalism as it is practiced in Nigeria is not an exception. So the various problems include problem of revenue allocation. Different regions, different states will always push for more revenue to it. So they will always ask and demand for more revenue. Again, we have the problem of minorities. The minorities will feel neglected and they will feel they have been taken for granted by the majority groups. Again, we have the problem of state creation. Most states keep agitating for creation of more states. They keep agitating because they believe that the more states are created, the more revenue they get from the central government. Again, we have the problem of federal character. Federal character is all about the giving of appointments to citizens and having into consideration where these citizens come from, ensuring that appointments and orders are given to every citizen based on where they come from, ensuring that each region gets an appointment. Federal character is all about each region getting an appointment. Each region getting an appointment, ensuring that there is no favoritism or nepotism. Corruption, favoritism, nepotism is also a problem. And again, there has been problem of boundary disputes. Problem of boundary disputes. There has also been fear of secession. And also, there have been inflation in the census population and all of that. So people and groups have at one time or the other inflated their figures in census because they believe that the more the population of a place, the more the resources that would come to that region. As evaluation or assignment, Evaluation. Discuss the structure of Nigerian federalism. That's 1. 2. Identify any 5 features of Nigerian federalism. And 3. Highlight the problems of Nigerian federalism.